What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know the vibes, and it is true. I did go 3 for 3 in yesterday's predictions as well. Well, in predicting the correct team at least. But let's just go right on into the recap of yesterday's Cdl Superweek matches to see how close I got when it came to the actual series score. So for the first match of yesterday's games, guys, we had the Minnesota Rocker versus the New York Subliners, and people were kind of confused as to why I thought the Subliners even had a shot to win this series. And I know I kind of said it might have been a hot take, but just from what I've saw, okay, and my analysis on both teams, it goes back to what I've been preaching, guys, is Subliners had a tough L versus the LA Thieves, but every single game was close, okay? So I kept that in the back of my head. You know, the control was kind of close, but from my perspective, they had control the whole game. That series was just a complete wipe. And a little worrisome if you're a fan of the Minnesota Rocker. I have to give a shout out to Asum too, dude. This is, I think, a breakout year for him. He looks phenomenal. He's been a huge reason why the Subliners are currently 2-0 in the league. I know it's still early, but if he keeps playing at this level, I think he can easily go down as top 10, maybe even top 5 player in Cold War. He looks lights out, especially given his role. I love what I'm seeing out of him. And yeah, that's why I thought the Subliners were going to win. I didn't expect it to be that dominant, and I didn't expect them to win the S&D, let alone win 6-0, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And for the second match of the day, we had the Chicago Optic versus Los Angeles Guerrillas. Now, I had this series going 3-1 in favor of Optic. I thought they were going to dominate all the respawns, lose a close S&D to the Guerrillas, but win the series 3-1. And they did win the series 3-1, but it happened a little bit differently. I was surprised because LAG actually came out and striked first, winning the hardpoint 250-234. It was ass backwards because Optic won the S&D 6-3. You know, very comfortable win. And I consider LAG to be a solid S&D team. So that's a good win for Optic, obviously, when it comes to that. And they were able to stop the bleeding, essentially, right? Because it could have got out of control. Even if they went down 0-2 in the series, I still think that they could have reverse swept LAG. But being able to win that S&D, get some confidence, even the series out, was huge. And then they just handled business. You know, they won the control 3-1, and then the second hardpoint map 4, 250-191. And you know, it was pretty comfortable. The series was pretty comfortable overall for Optic, which is what I expected. I did think it was going to be a 3-1. I guess if you're an Optic fan, it's good to see them win the S&D, like lose the hardpoint and be forced to win the S&D. And then moving on to the marquee matchup, guys, we had Atlanta Faze versus the Florida Mutineers. Now, I thought this was going to be a bloodbath. I really did. I had Atlanta Faze winning 3-0 because Mutineers just ain't giving me nothing. They haven't been. I wasn't expecting anything. They start out hot and they won the first map versus the Atlanta Faze. It was 250-196 on the hard point, which I was sitting there like, of course, they're probably just going to win this series 3-0 somehow. I'm going to look like an idiot. But then reality checked and Faze kind of showed, oh, okay, well, you know, we'll let you get one, but now we're going to start trying. They were obviously trying the whole time. Disclaimer, they were trying the whole time. Just a joke. But they came back hot, won the S&D 6-1. And then for map 3, the Mutineers really could have took the lead here and went up 2-1. You know, they were up 2-1 in the control and they had streaks. Things were looking good. And then it just kind of crumbled. Florida looked, this is the best Florida's looked all year so far, at least when it comes to CDL. But it just wasn't enough. You know, FaZe is just obviously the better team. They're more talented. They have better teamwork. They have better understanding of the game. They're more well-rounded. You know, I could go on and on, but at least the Mutineers showed something, because before this, they just looked flat out lost. But I feel great so far, 10-1. And that basically leads me into the next part of the video, and that is predicting today's matchups. To start off Friday's matches, guys, we have LA Thieves versus the London Royal Ravens. Now, I obviously think LA Thieves are going to win this series, but on the fence about how I think it's going to go down, because, you know, LA Thieves are obviously 3-0. They're currently in second place behind Atlanta Faze. And on the opposite side of that, the Ravens are 0-3. They got bodied by Subliners 3-0. And then they had two very close series going game 5 versus Empire and the Surge. Okay, but they still lost both of them. And I feel like this Ravens team are better than their record shows, but I just don't know where to rank them or like how to judge them. This is a big match for LA though, and I know they know it. And the reason why I'm saying it's big is even though they start off the season 3-0, they're looking pretty good. They need to beat the Ravens because Empire is 2-1 right behind them, and they are in their division. Empire goes up against a much tougher team in the Subliners, and if they potentially lose that, lose that matchup, and LA wins, then they'll be guaranteed first, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 3-1 LA Thieves. For some reason, I think this might go game 5. I do. I don't know why. Just both the teams played Surge very closely in opposite directions, but maybe it's possible, but I gotta go 3-1. Okay. I don't know exactly how the maps are going to go, but I do have LA Thieves winning the SND, and that's all I know. I don't know if Ravens can beat the Thieves in SND, or in general, realistically, but I think it should be a pretty close series. Then for the second matchup of the day, guys, we have the Toronto Ultra versus the Paris Legion. Early thoughts about this series. Toronto Ultra are the better team. Okay, I know they're 1-2, same as the Legion, but their 2 losses are against Optic and Faze in relatively close series. Okay, whereas the Legion haven't really given me much. I mean, they deserve some respect. You know, they deserve some respect from me because I was writing them off early, and they look like they're improving. Honestly, they do. They do have a win, a 3-0 win over the Mutineers. But I can't see them competing in this series. I don't know what game mode they could even capitalize on. So I want to go 3-0 for Toronto. I really do. But for some reason, I think the Legion might win the control. I think if there was any game mode for the Legion to win, it would be the control versus the Ultra. So yeah, I'm gonna have 3-1 Toronto with Legion winning the control. You know, hopefully it's a competitive series. I don't want it to be a blowout. I realistically, as a fan, I want the Legion to keep improving. You know, the underdog story is nice. Everyone loves an underdog story, but it's just not happening here. Nah. 3-1 Toronto. And then for the last match of the day, the marquee match, which I'm excited for this one, man, because we got the Subliners versus Dallas Empire. Woo! Clay's Revenge series. Everyone knows that when you drop someone, even if it's technically not on purpose, you know, it's not like they wanted to drop Clay, but the league went 44 to drop someone, end up being Clay. Everyone knows, man, it's like unwritten rule. The player that was dropped, when his new team plays the team that dropped him, he always wins the first series. It always happens. I'm telling you, it's in history. You can go back and look at a bunch of different times that this happened. So I am going Subliners winning. But not only for that reason, I actually think the Subliners are a fucking nasty team. I do. It seems like they're starting the fire on all cylinders, whereas Empire look a little sloppy. Now, Empire clearly has a way higher ceiling, a way higher floor, you know, but I just feel like right now Empire looks a little lost. So I am going to say I think this is going to be a close series, though. I do. And I have 3-2 Subliners. Final answer, 3-2. I think it's going to go back and forth. I do. And I think Subliners are going to clutch up at 5, maybe like a 6-4 SND. I don't know. Maybe Clay Prim 1v1 round 11 game 5 would be lit. This prediction is kind of just what I want to see happen. So, but I'm confident in the picks, guys. So that's what I have. I appreciate all the love, man. You know what it is. We're going to keep cooking with the fuse. We're going to keep the top 5 series in each specific Call of Duty title going. I might step back a little bit on some of the other videos that aren't doing too hot, just because I am grinding, but I want to put out good quality videos that you guys want to see. Okay. So it might be like 2 episodes of the Fuse a week, you know, the top 5. And then I might try and roll out a new idea that I have, or maybe a new couple ideas, couple new videos. We'll see what happens, man. But I appreciate all of y'all. Until I see y'all, when I see y'all, stay safe, stay healthy. The kid is out.